This is a relatively simple project in a larger project that was done, but it was a fireplace in a unit in the back bay that had some flanking bookcases. The bookcases themselves were functional, but not meeting the design criteria that the client had in mind. By engaging with a well-known local designer whose style they liked and saw pictures of things that seemed appropriate for the rest of their home, a design was drawn up for some stainless steel surrounds and a dark skin on the cabinetry, which really brought it into the current trends of what clients are looking for. It didn't seem like a complicated project at the time, but to achieve all of the right planes and have everything in the right locations at the end of the day required a lot of forethought, planning, and integration between many subcontractors. This project in a iconic building on the corner of Comm Ave and Dartmouth Street in Boston called the Von Dome. The Von Dome is a building that is full of a lot of units that haven't been done since the 50s, 60s when it was last redone after a tragic fire. This particular unit had a spiral staircase that connected the first floor and the second floor, and it was in need of some updating. The clients worked with a designer to come up with a floor plan that created a beautiful staircase with a glass handrail, some interesting components that looked great on paper, but even as we first looked at it, seemed like quite a challenge in this space in particular. What we're able to achieve is remarkable. It required a complete gut of the unit beyond even the studs that were formerly holding the sheetrock and the flooring, because everything was so out of square and out of plumb, and really we couldn't create the clean, streamlined, modern lines that the designer wanted with the existing framing. So we took this back to nearly the walls of the adjoining units so that we could achieve what we wanted to achieve here. The staircase required a larger opening, which meant we had to cut out some structural steel that was in place, requiring us to have a fire department on site while we did some steel cutting within the building, required us to reframe the second story largely to accommodate this new staircase. As we move around the corner, we'll see the existing kitchen when we walked in the door. The idea of creating a functional, stylistic kitchen within a relatively tight space required a custom cabinetry, what we call a waterfall stone countertop, which allowed the space to flow and feel as if it moved from one room to another to enlarge the space. Overall, came out quite well. Also on the first floor, there is a powder room, which you'll see here. The powder room was dark and yellow and dingy, and really was not a place that you would want your guests to go. By creating a custom stone vanity top with an integral bowl and a wall-hung modern toilet, stone walls, and wonderful art from the owner's art studio, we created a space that anybody would be proud to send their guests to when nature calls.